What's up, guys?
What's up, YouTube? So today we're taking you on one of our favourite walks. It might be winter now and it is cold, but nothing is stopping you from going out for a walk. It's good for the soul. So we're going to take you through Southwark Park and down to Rotherhithe by the river. There's lots of really interesting points of interest. We're going to stop by those and show you some of our favourite spots. Maybe even some favourite spots we like to go to grab a little lunch and a coffee. So yeah, come along with us. It's a beautiful day, even if it's a bit grey. It's dry, so wrap up.
Yeah, it's colourful here.
Yeah, get your walking shoes on and come with us to Rotherhithe. So we're starting off in Southwark Park. This park has been around since 1869 and it takes the name from it being part of the old parliamentary constituency when it was Southwark. The bandstand you see behind me was here since 1886 and they actually have a sister bandstand in Peckham Rye, which is actually one of our local parks and we love it, so we should do another video about that. Also included in the park is a cafe, a wildlife garden, a boating lake and sporting facilities that are open all year round. It's a little hidden gem. You don't get many tourists here, but it's a beautiful park, so come down and enjoy it. If you head up Café Street, just out of the park, you walk straight past the bandstand and you keep walking straight, you actually end up
By the river.
By the river.
Yep.
So that is where we're heading. And yeah, it's a pretty quiet part of the Thames. Again, not many tourists down this way, it's more locals, which is really nice. So it does feel like a little part of the river that you can come down even on a Saturday and just kind of enjoy the peacefulness. Yeah, like I said, we've done this walk so many times now, especially during lockdown.
But you guys didn't, so...
Yeah, I know, so we're showing you. Especially during lockdown, it was really nice to head down here and just enjoy the views of all the interesting buildings, because there is a lot down here. All the warehouse style buildings and stuff like that. Yeah, so it's beautiful. So you're going to see that in just a moment. So it's a little bit of a weird spot, this place, but behind me is once the location of a residence of an English king. King Edward III built a residence here and he reigned between 1327 and 1377. Now the interesting thing is that they didn't actually kind of know why this was here. It wasn't a hunting lodge. He had several hunting lodges built all over the UK, but here in particular they suspect that this was his place that he liked to do falconry. He was an expert falconer and originally this would have been all marshlands and he would have basically practiced his falconry as the birds flew over the water in the river just opposite. So it's a bit weird really that this is here, because now it's just a little housing estate and we've come here several times before and there's children just playing on it and it's a bit of really old history and I'm not entirely sure if they know what this is, but it's fascinating how, you know, even now the modern day and history combine, and even though there isn't a residence here anymore, the kids enjoy playing here, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, did you know this was here? So funny that the sign says keep children under close control. certainly not what I've seen in the past, but hey, what can you do?
What's your friend, babe?
This is Dr. Salter. Everyone say hello to Dr. Salter. Dr. Salter is a very interesting character. And why is he here, you might ask? This is a memorial, well, it's to celebrate him and his wife and all the achievements that they had contributed to the area. Dr. Salter and his wife were prominent socialists, and they believed in reforms in the community. They were also avid pacifists. Dr. Salter was a very talented doctor and believed that healthcare shouldn't be for just the rich. Dr. Salter set up a GP surgery here in the area, and he actually only charged small sums for people who were very poor, and for even poorest people he didn't charge anything at all, believing that healthcare should be for everyone. He did run for office, and he got into politics. He was part of the Labour Party, and he shared a lot of his viewpoints in politics. His wife was even more interesting, as she supported him in the same political viewpoints. She was a social worker within the area, working for the poorest of the poor. She established housing for young teenage girls, and she also became the first Lady Mayor of London. That's breaking glass ceilings for you.
We're up by the river now, and as you can see, where is it? I can't really see on camera. Can you see it? I think here. Wait there. Here. Is the Tower Bridge.
Yay!
I learned
Tower
something.
Bridge.
Someone went to school. Someone went to school.
The reason why I love this spot, apart from the fact that we celebrate the wonderful Salters, Ada and Alfred Salter, I also really love it because this is one of the viewpoints of Tower Bridge that doesn't get congested with tourists.
It's really quiet here.
Yeah, it's very peaceful here, and it's always been really quiet every time I come down, because it's just a little residential area. So if you want a place to just kind of sit and contemplate, maybe get some really nice shots and learn a little bit more about Dr. Salter, there's a lovely sign over there giving you a little bit more information about Dr. Salter and his wife. Go for it. There's so much about them that I can't even say in this one video. You can also check out Ada Salter's garden in Southwark Park. That's always really nice to go visit. And also you can see a lovely photo of me that I had taken years ago with Mr. Salter, because I feel like every time I come back here I'm visiting a good friend. So we'll put a little bit of a shot in there, but yeah, it's a lovely place. Come down, it's really peaceful.
Definitely.
And there's a lovely pub just on the corner, so if you want a nice pub lunch, it's called The Angel.
Yeah, I think in the summer it's really nice here.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Even like in the summer, there's not a lot of people here.
So peaceful.
It's really nice.
It's just a little bit of peace in a very busy city.
So if we walk all the way up here, down by the river, we will head to Greenwich at some point, but that will be a long walk.
Yeah, that's a long walk.
But we don't really need to go to Greenwich today, so...
So we're doing part of the way. We're heading down towards Canada Water, Surrey Quays.
Yeah.
But what I find really interesting, and I was just talking about this tonight, is all of these wharfs that you can see behind me. They were once warehouses and things like that for people that used to work here on the docks, and now they're all apartment buildings, and quite expensive ones. And I sometimes wonder if people came back, you know, if people were able to time travel forward from 100 years ago, more than that, what they would think of us choosing to pay a lot of money to essentially live in their workspaces.
They're probably just like, we are crazy.
They think we're mad, you know. So yeah, I think that I always think that when I come sort of down places like this and you see these wharfs and warehouse style converted apartments, what these people must have thought, all the tradesmen, the sailors, the people that worked in the docks, what they must have thought of us.
Crazy Brits.
Yeah, crazy people, like, and having to pay extortionate rates of rent and housing to actually stay in one of these. So yeah, crazy times.
Just noises everywhere.
Beautiful.
We've been walking like, I don't know, 30-40 minutes, I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, we stop in between, but if you walked it straight, I reckon it'd be 25 minutes. But we're gonna try and see if my favourite coffee shop is open. So we've got to walk through the churchyard.
Yep, it's coffee time.
Woohoo!
Who's lying here?
Prince Libu. He was the prince of the Palau Islands, and I believe that he died here at a really young age. I think he was visiting, he got sick, and unfortunately he passed away, and he was buried here. So it says here he was 20 years old, which is really young. It's quite sad. It's quite an interesting spot to get buried, really. So come by and try. I mean, I can't quite make out the inscription on the tomb very well, but come by if you can and check this out, because this is a very unusual burial. It's a very unusual thing to see. And for someone to come over here and die at such a young age is quite sad, and here he still remains, so quite moving, really. This is my favourite coffee shop. Every time we come here, I always get a coffee from here. It's also run by a lovely German guy who actually does German like sausage and things like that. So if you're into that kind of thing, come here. It's right next to St Mary's Rotherhithe, which was an old school. So yeah, come by. St Rotherhithe's Watch House Coffee Shop. It's a big recommendation from me.
What did you get from the store?
I got a tuna melt. Everything in that place is made by hand. So all the cakes and the sandwiches and stuff they make themselves. They'll heat it up for you. They also do currywurst, bratwurst, if that's your thing. And they're really friendly as well. So come along, go check them out. We'll put their socials in the description down below. But shout out to them, because every time we come here, they've always been so welcoming. And during lockdown, they were open when coffee shops could serve takeaway coffee. And my God, there was queues constantly going around the corner. So, and they're just a little tiny shop with just a few of them working there. So kudos to them, they work really hard. But yeah, thanks for this. I'm going to enjoy it. So good.
So I got myself currywurst, and yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. I mean, the best one that I had was in Cologne when I was at the Voice of Switzerland. We did some filming there, so that's where I had my currywurst, and it was really good. So this one is not bad. Close.
me right here is the Mayflower pub. It was formerly known as the Spread Eagle, but it was renamed to commemorate Rotherhithe's contribution to the famous voyage of the Mayflower ship, which carried the first pilgrims over from the UK to America at Plymouth Rock. It set sail in 1620, and originally it started here and then anchored down in Southampton, where it was then met by the Speedwell, which is another boat that was bringing pilgrims over from Holland, and then they all jumped on the Mayflower and ended up doing their maiden voyage over to America. I'm not sure whether many people know that they actually started here in Rotherhithe, and it's quite an interesting little snippet. So check out the Mayflower pub. It's gorgeous, by the way. They do great food, and you can pop in and have a drink. It's lovely. So yeah, pop by. So behind me is a statue that commemorates the Mayflower, and it is of the first governor of Plymouth Rock, which was William Bradford. Now it's quite interesting because when you read about the Mayflower, you read about the struggles that they went through when they first came over. And there was an interesting thought and points of view of the fact that the Native Americans actually helped them to acclimatise to what was very cold and difficult weather, and taught them how to basically grow corn and crops and help them settle in. Which, you know, I don't want to get too political on our channel, but, you know, considering how the natives are now treated over in America, the first settlers wouldn't have survived as long as they did without them. And so, you know, we've got to keep mindful of these things when we do come and visit these sites. Just remember the people that were involved, and maybe those that may have been hurt in the process. So yeah, come here, read all about it. There's a really interesting information board all about this, and just learn a little bit more. So we'll open our minds and come and take a look. So we're now walking by the Thames. We're on possibly one of the last legs of the walk, but as you can see, it is still damn quiet where we are. So we're enjoying it. It's been really nice to just get out, get some air in our lungs that isn't car fumes. And yeah, we're going to keep going and we'll keep showing you more. It's got a great echo. So we're actually nearing the end of our walk, and this might be one of my favourite bits. It's just a residential area that has lots of little riverways. There's a lot of birds and swans and, you know, coots and moorhens and things like that.
Just a little bit of nature.
Yeah, a little bit.
In the middle of the
city. Yeah.
So.
And again, it's super peaceful. Don't get many people coming down here unless they sort of live around here. Or, shortcut through here down to Canada Water, which is actually the last stop in our walk. But yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this week's video. You get a little bit more of an insight into what we like to do. Like, we're not really people that go out shopping all the time and stuff like that. We like to walk. We like to go somewhere peaceful. We like to go places that are a bit different. So we hope that this has helped you find a new place. If you have any quests, let us know. But for now, thank you for watching.
Yep.
Like, subscribe, and click the bell.
Click the bell right now.
Yeah, do it. And yeah, we'll see you next week. Bye.
Peace out. Good. Let's see if that works.
I'm joking.
Nice in camera.
So behind me is a statue that commemorates the Mayflower. It is of Governor William Bradford. Governor William Bradford. Or is it Bradshaw? Bradford.